Scum!
Qin Huang, you even take advantage of us being off guard to plot against my husband's life. You have really crossed the line. Please calm down, mother-in-law. I was just trying to see if I could wake father-in-law up. I never had any malicious intent against him. Qin Huang, you really don't know what's good for you. How dare you try to lay your murderous hands on my dad? The energy in his meridians and his blood flow are stagnating. There's no doubt he'll die if he continues like this. I'm trying to save his life. How dare you talk back at us? If the Xie family hadn't taken pity on you and kept their promise to marry my sister to you, you'd be a toad in a muddy puddle. You don't know what's good for you. Back off. A son-in-law should act like one. Just kneel beside Finfin's feet and smile. Yet you even dare to overstep the bounds of decency and contradict me? Little Yin has already invited Master Yama, so there's no need for you to wait around here. Get the hell out at once. Bastards. You're pushing me too far. I've worked my back off for the Xie family, and you treat me like this? What? Are you still not convinced? I'm bullying you, you piece of trash. Loser. Since you're all completely blind, I might as well just take my leave from the Xie family. Outrageous. How dare you betray your masters, Qin Huang? I would really like to see how you're going to live without the Xie family. Why are you all so temperamental? Be careful not to experience heartburn from excessive anger. Master Yama. Venerable Yama, please excuse our household for this unfortunate sight. Humph. This person is Lord Ashura, the god of war. Venerable Yama, you must be mistaken. Qin Huang is the son-in-law of my parents, who has been living in our family's house. He's but a mere piece of trash. So how can he be the renowned god of war Ashura? There's no mistake. This is the god of war. Lord Ashura, please take me as your disciple. World of Jianshan, Jiang Province. Youngest son of the wealthy and influential Xie family Xie Yin. Sole replacement succeeded. It seems like another world with a modern setting. What was the original owner doing just now? It looks like he's been slapping someone. The Wang family of the imperial capital has arrived. Xie family, your road to ruin is all but near. Mr. Wang, what are you doing here? Humph! The 3-year period has passed. We are here to solemnly abide by the God of War's command to welcome your distinguished self back to your rightful position. What? Wealthy and influential family, son-in-law, what the hell? Why not just call yourself Crooked Mouth Dragon King instead of God of War Ashura? Importing memory. The governor of the Jiang province has arrived. What? I can't believe it's the governor. I've been requesting to meet him for so long, but now he's paying a visit to our house. There's more. You're trying to put up a performance here or something? It's truly a sin that the governor, didn't have the slightest clue that the god of war was living in seclusion in the Jiang province. Please forgive me, my lord. These are some of the thousands of land deeds of the Jiang province, which I have painstakingly selected. I would like to present them to you today. Please kindly accept them, my lord. As for the Xie family, it's simply unforgivable that they would have the impertinence to treat God of War Ashura so severely. From this day on, all privileges of the Xie group are revoked. All people surnamed Xie in the Jiang province will lose their civil servant status and will never be hired again. Governor, please show mercy. Qin Huang, you're the one behind all of this. Believe me or not, I'll banish you from the Xie family. Hey, sis, you're scolding the wrong person. No, he's revealed his identity, and you're still doing this. What's wrong with that brain of yours? From today on, our fate as husband and wife is over. I'm done with your Xie family. What did you say? After 3 years of enduring patiently, the hard times have come to an end, and the good ones are just beginning. Today, I've fully mastered my amazing powers. I don't need your Xie family anymore. Holy shit, this is one strong energy force. He can even levitate high in the air. This guy is really something. I also don't need this trait anymore. Xie Yin, I'm indebted to you for all your care these past 3 years. So come and have a taste of what I experienced. What did he put inside me? Qin Huang, your god of war Ashura? Ha! Hubby, it's all my fault. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I don't need to see your faces anymore. Fuck off. Qin Huang, for better or worse, the Xie family has taken you in for 3 years. I beg of you to save the old man out of consideration for the Buddha. It's too late. Didn't you hear clearly what I said? All my ties with the Xie family are forfeit. If you had known it would come to this, you wouldn't have acted thus. God of War Azura is the undisputed king of the underground world, capable of rallying the multitudes at his call. Even I have to take action at his sight. You have become so conceited because of being in the good graces of your betters that you actually struck and swear at him on the slightest pretext. From today on, the Xie family will exist in name only, and soon will exist no more. Why is this happening? Why? Stop crying. I also want to know what you and me did for things to end up like this. This is all your fault, you jinx. If you hadn't offended Shen Huang, how would this have happened to the Xie family? Huh? What the heck? You two and the original owner should share the fault for this. Trying to push all the blame to me is too harsh. Xie Yin, you committed a serious blunder, and you even dared to grab my hand. Believe me or not, I'll banish you from this house. Nothing's wrong with her brain, right? Dear sis, is that your catchphrase? They're acting very strangely. Their malice towards me is so strong, it's almost like it has manifested into physical form. I can't even tell clearly how many origin points I'm being spammed with. Loading quest. The Qin and the Xie were both wealthy and influential families in the Jiang province and had frequent contacts. 20 years ago, Qin Huang, the eldest young master of the Qin family, and Xie Fenfen, eldest young miss of the Xie family, were engaged to be married when they turned 20 years old. Unexpectedly, when Qin Huang turned 15, his entire family was wiped out overnight, and he disappeared without a trace. But the real reason for this event lied in Qin Huang acquiring an ancient divine book 8 difficulties demonic technique by sheer coincidence, and choosing to exterminate his entire family as a sacrifice in order to practice this demonic technique. In the following 5 years, Qin Huang used the amazing powers of the 8 difficulties demonic technique to unify the underground world and earn the title of God of War Azura. However, to fully master the technique, there was still one last hurdle to overcome. Qin Huang reappeared in the Jiang province and chose to go live with the Xie family, drawing support from the characteristic of his demonic technique. He patiently endured 3 years of hardship until he was finally able to fully master it. Now, the God of War has returned to his rightful position and vows to slowly humiliate and destroy all those who have looked down upon him. Issuing quest. Dispose of Qin Huang within 3 monols and bring the Xie family back to power. Upon completion of the quest, you can return with all the power you've gained in this world, otherwise you'll get nothing. Jesus, wiping out his entire family? He's even more ruthless than a werewolf. What's this? Skill mastery, 8 difficulties demonic technique, despised by gods and demons alike, incomplete. Current level, level 0, unable to lip grade. Current effect, the repercussions of the 8 difficulties demonic technique, its characteristic, despised by gods and demons alike, will make surrounding people turn hostile and despise its practitioner involuntarily, in order to achieve the purpose of hitting oneself. When did I get such a skill? Could this be what Qin Huang shot into me just now? I was wondering why they were being so odd. So this is the trait Qin Huang was talking about. No wonder the family of the original owner are all nuts. I can't believe he can transfer such a thing to me. Jinx. Good for nothing. Thanks for the compliments. Your old man is about to kick the bucket, and you're still cursing at me with such fervor. This despised by gods and demons alike is really quite something. Based on the original owner's memory, Qin Huang actually helped the Xie family an awful lot, and even brought their influence to a whole other level. But the Xie family turned a blind eye to that, and continued to beat and scold him. Now that it has been switched to me, I wonder if it will have the same effect. Say, if I heal the old man, will you change your mind about me? Unworthy son, what are you going to do to your father? Xie Yin, don't you dare. Do what you say, and experiment, to see how brainless you can get. Finger of Nirvana. I'm going to poke him. Unfilial son, what are you doing to your father? Xie Yin, if anything happens to Dad, I won't forgive you. Pay attention to the key point. Father's taking a turn for the better. Why is Dad suddenly red, and has a warped expression on his face? Did you hurt him with your vile hands? Father's expression is full of bliss, okay? How's it worked? Geez, this is really some forced intelligence drop. But for me, this trait is basically a super buff to net origin points. And in a minor world like this, the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. However, I definitely can't bring it to the main world, or else I'll be finished. If an innate realm expert like Miss Matriarch finds me displeasing to the eye, I have to think of a way to get my hands on the whole 8 difficulties demonic technique. It's really been a long time since my whole body has felt this comfortable. Husband, you're better? It must have been Chen Huang who cured you before he left because he couldn't bear to see you suffer. Are you blind? It's obvious that I cured him. What goddamn business has Chen Huang got to do with it? Has their IQ dropped to the point of being irrational? How can you talk to your sister like that, you stinky brat? What does Dad being better have to do with you? It's obvious that it was my husband who cured him when he fully manifested his true nature as Azura and exhibited his amazing might. It's all because of you, you vile wretch, driving a wedge between us that me and my husband are now at odds with each other. I'll never forgive you. Holy crap, this origin point spam is even more forceful than the ones I netted from the ghosts in the world of Tongling. But as good as the origin points are, this will go on endlessly like this, and it will greatly affect my future plans. There's got to be a way to keep these 3 buffoons in line. What are you dodging for, you rotten brat? You made your sister fall. I've checked the skill panel before, and have already confirmed that the Enhanced Spirit Nurturing Technique is a soul-related technique, so it isn't disabled. I can still summon Cyane. Cyane is my guardian spirit, so she shouldn't be affected by this trait. I'll summon her for now, and have a look. Ku? Are we back in the city of Xiaoshui again, my lord? I'm going to drive you out of this house. How dare you disrespect my lord? Cyane, stop fooling around and lend me a hand. Unfilial son, are you rebelling against us? Old man, I saved your humble life with good intentions. It's one thing if you don't want to express your gratitude, but why are you cursing at me like that? You really think I'm easy to bully? 100 Ghosts Technique. You, don't try anything funny, or I'll kick you out of this house. Husband, why is it so cold all of a sudden? Oh, what the hell is this bastard doing? To hell with your banishment. I'm the only workforce in this whole family. Who's going to clean up your awful mess if I leave? This old man who can barely take 2 steps without running out of breath? Or maybe it's you 2 screeching whores? Oh my, it's been quite a while since I've enjoyed the feeling of being spammed with face-to-face origin points. Moreover, thanks to the despised by gods and demons alike, these 3 members of the Xia family have a steady stream of emotions in the form of origin points for me, unlike the usual ones that fade after a while. The old man was about to die. If I hadn't met God a while ago, I wouldn't have saved you, so as to save me the trouble of having to go through this ceaseless drivel. You little Dad, husband, unfilial son, unholy son, Mom, Dad, are you satisfied now? You've really pissed Mom and Dad off. Xia Yin, why don't you just go, huh? Dad? Mom? What is going on here? Why is she suddenly like a different person? How strange. The origin points from negative emotions are gone? Has she gone back to normal? Little Yin? Just what is going on? I don't know either. Something major suddenly happened and I must have blacked out. Why do I feel like I haven't slept in 3 days? My body is abnormally exhausted. Then take some rest. I'll call someone to take you back to your room. I'm glad you're here, little Yin, or I would have been out of my wits. You were itching to eat me alive just now. Sis, I'll go call the servant. You have a good rest. It seems that the original owner's parents didn't generate origin points for a short period of time before they lost consciousness, and judging from Sister Xia's condition, perhaps the effect of the despised by gods and demons alike isn't necessarily unbreakable, but only requires certain conditions to be met. Was it because I used my Yin ghosts to suck their yang energy, leaving them exhausted and with no energy to use their brains, Ku? Probably, but we'll have to wait until they recover and see what happens. If that is indeed the case, then you will be of great help, Cyane. I'm so happy I was able to help, Ku. Phew, Taking care of my parents and dealing with family duties took me quite a while, so only now do I have time to go to my room and rest. Hee hee hee, Lord Xia Yan's ripped body. Now it's time to think about the quest. According to the original owner's memory, there are a few martial arts in this world similar to cultivation techniques, but they're not all that strong. The divine impact of Zen is enough to deal with them. The main problem is that Chen Huang, I reckon I need to practice the finger of flowery swords to have any chance of winning, but with the presence of the despised by gods and demons alike, it won't be that easy for me to relearn its basics. Lord Xia Yan deep in thought is so cool. Why don't I have Sayani help me? But more than one girl is needed to practice the finger of flowery swords, so relying solely on Sayani will be far from enough. Forget it. I'd better step it up to finish practicing divine impact of Zen tonight and think about this later. And I have a hunch that the Xia family won't be peaceful tomorrow. Sayani, I'm going into closed-door cultivation, so you. Lord Xia Yan, I'll warm up your bed. Stop fooling around. Be a good girl and go keep an eye on the Xia family, or they will disturb me when they wake up. Besides, you're a ghost, so you'll only make the blankets colder. I understand. The next day, Chen Huang's residence. Lord Azura, I wish to report that the Wang clan of the Jiang province is getting ready to stir up trouble with the Xia family today. The Xia family is just a bunch of minions who are only good for keeping me amused. So why all the fanfare? You're making it seem as if I really care about such a thing. Would you like your subordinate to follow up on their actions? If the Wang clan wants to go, just let them. Xia family villa. The divine impact of Zen has gone over the level cap. Every time I cross over to a minor world, I have to practice my techniques all over again, which is really time-consuming and a waste of origin points. It's rather interesting that I can actually use the system to deduce 8 difficulties demonic technique. Skill Mistura 8 difficulties demonic technique despised by gods and demons alike, incomplete. 3,000 origin points are required to deduce the skill. 8 difficulties demonic technique. Please confirm if you wish to oblige. It just costs too many origin points, even more than the cost that was necessary for the ultimate demonic bliss technique the other day. I don't have this many origin points right now, so let me put it off until later. I don't ask for this technique to be all that great, though I do hope that I can control the despised by gods and demons alike trait freely, otherwise it'll be too easy to draw hostility once I go back to the main world. It'd be very funny indeed if I ended up taunting Lu Qimei, even though I'm logged off, right next door to her. Lord Xia Yan, the Wang family is here to make trouble. Wang family. What are they doing here now? Xia Wuji, do you still not intend to pay back the 2 billion? Mr. Wang, what are you saying? The 2 billion? The 2 billion? Didn't we agree that we didn't have to pay back the money? When the God of War was your son-in-law, of course, that loan didn't have to be repaid, but now. Mr. Wang, you must give us some more time. We can't provide 2 billion all of a sudden. This is a sin. It's a sin, I say. If you had known it would come to this, you wouldn't have acted thus, would you? There's nothing to be lenient for, Xia Wuji, if we don't get the money today. You know how the Wang family operates. Oh, isn't this Mr. Wang from next door? Mr. Wang, it's so warm of you to come and visit without saying hello. Xia Yan, you vile beast. How dare you appear in front of me? The God of War might have been broad-minded enough to tolerate you, but I, Wang Xiongtian, won't. Unfilial son, who let you out. As soon as I see you, my head starts to ache. Damn, I kind of don't want to care anymore. This despised by gods and demons alike is really one heck of a taunting aura. Just one appearance and all the aggro gets pulled straight to me. Mr. Xia, if you listen to me and willingly teach this brat a lesson, then negotiating the terms of the loan isn't out of the question. Really? This deviant son of ours should consider it a blessing to be taught a lesson by Mr. Wang. Unfilial son, why are you still not kneeling in front of Mr. Wang and apologizing? My bad, my legs are too stiff to kneel down. I need to quickly find out the conditions under which the despised by gods and demons alike loses its effectiveness. Otherwise the Xia family will favor others instead of someone on their own side every time, and it will be a frickin' pain in the ass. Mr. Xia, you're indeed a failure as a father. This little bastard won't listen to you. I have failed to educate my son properly. Mr. Wang, no matter how you deal with this deviant son of ours, we won't intervene in the least. In that case, Wang Wu, Wang Qi, go teach young Master Xia a lesson, but don't kill him. Yes, sir. Seriously, are you finally done chattering and deciding things by yourselves? Now you are even trying to lay your hands and feet on me? Did you ask for my opinion? Xia Yin, you even dare to fight back? All men get him. Divine impact of Zen. Reflect. Xia Yin, how dare you lay your hands on the men of my family? Unfilial son, do you want to go to hell? You're dragging the whole Xia family down with you, you vile spawn. Gentlemen, I've shown you some astonishing martial prowess. So at least react normally by being surprised. This is basically a whole other kind of indifference, completely lacking the pleasure of a slap in the face. You little bastard, you really want to do things the hard way. Calm down, Mr. Wang. It's not worthwhile to get angry over this deviant son of ours. Unfilial son, why are you still not on your knees, apologizing to Mr. Wang? I'm Wang Xiongtian, the 17th generation successor of the ever-victorious boxing of the imperial capital, and yet you dare to display your insignificant skills before an expert like me? Divine impact of Zen, reflect. What? Xia Yin, you little. I thought the ever-victorious boxing of the Wang family was really amazing. Is that it? Mr. Wang, are you okay? Little brat, how dare you hit someone like that? The Xia family won't tolerate you any longer. You're banished from this house. Kneel down and admit your wrongdoings. Having one's intelligence reduced by force is really pitiful, since one's sense of crisis is gone, along with their IQ. It's a good thing I have a good temper, and don't take it personally, otherwise I would have buried you all already. Ah! Mr. Wang, why can't I move? Little brat, are you the one behind this mischief? Yep. It's me. Xia Yin. I'm going to kill you. Unfilial son, you want to rebel? Release Mr. Wang now. What did we do to deserve this? Why did the Xia family bear such a jinx like you? No need to bark. I'll have you knock your head 100 times more on the ground whilst kowtowing even after you wear out your throat. Xia Yin, I'm to kill. Unfilial son, I'm going to kick you out of this house. Jinx, you're bringing ruin to the whole Xia family. Stop making an uproar, you two. Seriously, even though you're good for nothing, you're number one when it comes to holding people back. My lord, they're both on the verge of becoming as feeble as they were last time. Now's the crucial time to verify if it's possible to cure this retardedness or not. Unfilial son, I'm going to. Husband. The parents of the original owner aren't providing origin points anymore. Mr. Wang? What are you doing? Little Yin, did something happen? Nothing. Mr. Wang has come to share his feelings with me. I'll call a servant to send you to your room to rest. These are Mr. Wang's bodyguards, aren't they? Why are they all lying motionless on the floor? Little Yin, are you sure everything is all right? Mom's really flustered. It's okay. I can handle it. I'll walk you to your room for now. Oof oof. Xia Yin. The response of the parents of the original owner proves that you, Cyane, can undo despised by gods and demons alike. So why is this Mr. Wang still cursing at me and spamming me with origin points? I know the reason. He's stronger and healthier than the parents of the original owner, and hasn't reached that subtle tipping point yet. So that's how it is. Mr. Wang has indeed practiced some kind of martial art. Otherwise, he wouldn't have jumped me with such confidence. Since a few Yin ghosts have no effect on him, let's just try a whole bunch of them. Sobering up at long last, Mr. Wang, how do you feel now? Hee. Xia Yin? Is this some kind of supernatural ability? Why can't I move? Did I say you could ask questions? Consider your position. You're now at my mercy. Ah! Xia Yin, for what it's worth, I'm the head of the Wang family of the imperial capital, so if you let me go, I'll never make things difficult for your family again. Oh, Mr. Wang, is this any way to beg someone? You don't have the slightest conscience of how much of a small fry you are. Huff, go get him, everyone. Oh! You answer what I ask you, and you do what I tell you to. Now you're going to please me by begging for your life, and putting away that rich and noble man's attitude. You only need to know one thing. I can send you to your grave with a snap of my fingers. Got it? Yes. Got it. Xia Yin, young Master Xia, please retract your remarkable powers and spare my puny life. That's more like it, good boy. Boo, I didn't get to completely bury him. So tell me, why did you come to my house? Was it Chen Huang's orders? It was my own idea. Now that the god of war is back on his rightful throne, everyone with a name wants to please him, and your family is the perfect gift. Before I came here, I informed his subordinates, and Lord Azura said he wanted to keep the Xia family around for amusement at his leisure. He's quite the patient one. Amusement at his leisure, is it? But that's actually a good thing, because if he really wanted to kill me right away, I would have no choice but to run for my life with the Xia family. This kind of amusement at one's leisure mentality will give me enough time to level up. What a nasty character. If not me, someone else will come, young Master Xia. I'm just someone who stood out from the pack, and a great man such as yourself doesn't make note of a lesser one's faults, so please forgive me. Very well, you may be exempt from the death penalty, but hardly from a living hell as punishment. I want you to secretly inform me and monitor Chen Huang's every move. Young Master Xia, please don't make things difficult for me. How can I keep a close watch over the god of war? I don't care how you do it, just figure out a way by yourself. According to your original plan, you were going to pay him a visit after leaving the Xia family to claim credit, weren't you? Xia Yan's fake drugs. No, I wouldn't dare, young Master Xia. I really wouldn't. No, I want you to act like you've succeeded in humiliating the Xia family, but don't say even a single word pertaining to me. Doesn't Chen Huang want to see the Xia family suffer terribly? Then let's grant him his wish and give him a nice show. Take it, or I'll kill you. What is this? What else could it be but a poison to control people? Betray me, and your intestines will rupture, your belly will rot, and will die howling in anguish for 3 days and nights. Huff, and you go. I'll leave the rest of the ones who stood out from the pack to you, Mr. Wang. Now, you have to figure out by yourself how to make Chen Huang happy without substantially harming the Xia family. Cyane, use the ghostly bewilderment of the mind technique to erase the memories of all of Mr. Wang's bodyguards. Understood? The special effect of the despised by gods and demons alike will only take effect when I meet someone face to face. As long as he doesn't see me again, there shouldn't be any sudden brainless crisis from Wang Xingtian's side for a short period of time. It will be quiet for a while, so I have to hurry up and relearn the basics of the finger of flowery swords. Cyane, I need your help to practice a technique. Didn't my lord tell me not to disturb you when you were practicing your martial arts? You actually need my help this time? Yes, I need your help to practice the finger of flowery swords. While the despised by gods and demons alike is attached to my body, I can't find any other girl to practice it with except her. The finger of flowery swords? With me. Will it really work with only one ghost like me? Back then, it was only together with my big 4 sisters that I was able to help you, my lord. So it won't work with just me now, will it? Let's give it a try first. After all, I can't find any girls right now who won't get affected by despised by gods and demons alike. The finger of flowery swords needs a large amount of beauty energy, and Cyane alone is indeed not enough. However, ghosts are much purer than humans, and so is their beauty energy, so it should be possible to gather enough of it bit by bit. Humph, alright, I'll try my best. Cyane, what are you doing? Huff, I'm transforming. Lord Xia Yin, didn't I tell you not to follow her example? Are you trying to piss me off? Ouch. My skills aren't as adept as my big sisters. I'm afraid they would be insufficient for you, my lord. So I just wanted to try using your wife's appearance. I'm not asking you to seduce me by using the skills of a bewitching ghost, but to forget it. It's too much trouble to explain. Just stay put and don't move. I'll take care of everything. Wah. I'm so useless that you even have to do everything yourself. What are you looking at, my lord? Interesting tourist attractions in the Jiang province, new movies on screen, and restaurants with nice atmosphere. Weren't you going to practice your martial art, my lord? Or are you planning to relax first? No, I'm making the preparations for the practice as soon as I decide on the itinerary. Let's go on a date, Cyane. Ah, I came, Cyane? Reality energy? So soon. Cyane, you... A date, hee hee hee, with my lord, hee hee hee. Holy crap. Cyane, you can't handle it already? I haven't even gotten serious yet. What can I say about you? You're really good for nothing. Hee hee. I'm good for nothing. Hee hee. Forget it. Watch how I'll handle you tomorrow. My lord, you're so close. Cyane? Cyane? Wait, wake up for a second. It's true. I have no regrets. The next day, booked out the entire venue. As expected, it's extremely slow with only Cyane. Based on today's pace, it will take me at least a week to reach the entry level of the Finger of Flowery Swords. I don't know how much longer Wang Xiongtian can stall for me. My lord, are we done practicing your martial art now? Although true energy is gathering, it's still too early for it to take shape. It seems that this kind of realistic setting atmosphere isn't stimulating enough, so I need to speed up progress by adding a little more juiciness. We'll go with something even more exciting tomorrow. I'm dying from embarrassment. The next day. Though thousands of miles apart, one's decreed by fate shall meet, yet if fate doesn't decree it so, one won't notice their presence even if it is right before then. It takes decades of cultivation for two to ride on the same boats, whilst sharing the same pillow, lifetimes more. This one before you is Xie Yin, a scholar who has come to the capital to take the imperial examination. Such a gentle, graceful, virtuous, and fair maiden. For this gentleman a good mate she is. I have fallen in love with you at first sight. Since our fates have aligned today, we can ride on the same boat together. May I ask if you would? I would. I would. Is this dumbass insane? I have no idea what he's trying to do by directing and acting all by himself over there. I don't know why. But I get angry just by looking at this guy. There's nothing we can do about it. Who said this guy could be filthy rich and even beat people up? I heard that Director Pan didn't want to accept his script, so he must have really thrashed him. He's completely out of control. Stop talking crap about him, and do your jobs properly. Young Master Xie still has several more scenes to go, so hurry up and get the next props and costumes ready. This young Master Xie is way too bizarre. I really can't afford to offend him. Speaking of which, why did I have to get into a fight with him before? Was I out of my mind? Young Master Xie, what scene are you going to use next? The cowherd and weaving maiden, and be quick about it, I'm in a hurry. Sure enough, violence is the best way to stop the despised by gods and demons alike. It's very difficult to generate an adequate supply of beauty energy in an everyday loving and unchanging external environment, so it is necessary to create a variety of romantic atmospheres to constantly stimulate the excitement of the other party. If the love between two people can last forever, why need they stay together night and day? The more the scenes are varied, the more excitement can be created. We shall be together for life, till death do us part. For this reason, I intentionally found a film crew to customize them for me. It really wasn't easy to manage this with the aura of the despised by gods and demons alike hanging over me. If I were to put a time limit on this love, I would like it to last for tens of thousands of years. But I had the money and the fists, and with a lot of threats and promises, I was able to get things done. I would rather choose you than the blue sky. 2 days later. Finger of Flowery Swords. Bend and turn as I please. I've reached the entry level and upgraded the Finger of Flowery Swords to level 3 without a hitch. The next time I cross over to a minor world, I don't need to rack my brain searching for beautiful women to practice it again. I was truly worried that if I crossed over to a world without women one day, I'd really freak out. Hee hee hee, I've been so satisfied these past few days. There were still a lot of classic scenes left to play. I guess I'll have to save them for next time. Now there's another issue. I really can't have the despised by gods and demons alike trait hanging over me all the time, because it will definitely cause big trouble when I return to the main world. 3,000 origin points are required to deduce the skill 8 difficulties demonic technique. Please confirm if you wish to deduce. However, it will take an extreme amount of origin points to deduce the 8 difficulties demonic technique, and I don't even have enough of them to upgrade the Finger of Flowery Swords to level 4. It's a shame that the trait of the despised by gods and demons alike will only take effect when I'm in someone's presence. Otherwise, the quantity of origin points I gain from doing a live stream, like the one I did in the world of Tongling, would skyrocket. However, getting hold of origin points with this trait is rather easy. I'd earn bucket loads of them just by going on a casual stroll around the quarter. So that's not the main point. The key point is, since Chen Huang likes to be the protagonist, and a pretentious prick that pretends to be a fool only to toy and humiliate others, then why don't I play the major villain boss? It's time to make use of that pawn, Wang Xiongtian. In the past 2 days, I repeatedly tried it out with that film crew, and found out that Cyane actually doesn't harbor the despised by gods and demons alike trait. Stop acting like a spoiled child, Cyane. We have important business to attend to. Go to the imperial capital on my behalf, and deliver a letter to Wang Xiongtian, and keep a close eye on him to see if he'll follow through with what I wrote in my letter while you're at it. I can't meet with him personally, lest my plans be disrupted by the onset of the despised by gods and demons alike trait. Leave it to me. Imperial Capital, Wang Family Residence. Young Master Xia, I've been doing your bidding for these past few days, and Chen Huang knows nothing about the real state of affairs of the Xia family. Excellent. In the next 2 months, I want you to wipe out all of Chen Huang's forces. Young Master Xia, that's totally impossible. No, everything is possible. I've written down specific instructions in the letter, so just follow them. Also, my guardian spirit will always be by your side to help you. As long as you avoid facing Chen Huang, no one in this world can stop you. All right. Huh? Father? What am I doing here? What a frightening ability. It seems our family has no other choice. Xia Yan's residence. I'm back, my lord. How are things going? Everything is proceeding smoothly. With the help of this greatest of assistants here, Mr. Wang quietly beat Chen Huang's men into submission. After that, he forced them to practice the ultimate demonic bliss technique, and then decisively blew up a few of them to set an example, so that they would all obey him. In this way, by beating up and imparting more and more people with the technique, Chen Huang will eventually become a commander without any followers. Nice work, but you still need to keep a close eye on them, Cyane. Did you buy something, my lord? I had an animal costume custom made for me, and I'm planning to go out for a walk to get some fresh air while wearing it. Wow! So cute. I don't have enough origin points, and if I count solely on the Xia family to farm them, how long would it take? Moreover, it'd be very inhumane, so it's better to go outside and plague others. I also think it's very cute. Mr. Wang is still trying to convince Chen Huang that I've been badly trampled, so if I'm on the news everywhere, I'm afraid Chen Huang will suspect Mr. Wang. That's why it's better to disguise myself before I go out to make trouble, and I might as well do so in a funny costume. In any case, I have been trying out the despised by gods and demons alike trait for the past 2 days, but apart from it not taking effect across media, I can't negate its effect even if I change my appearance. So it's the perfect time to make use of it to farm origin points. There's a bunch of people here. I wonder if these ladies and gentlemen like little tigers or not. Here I come! Kaya! What the heck just fell down? A meteorite? It looks like a man. Is he okay? He didn't fall to his death, did he? I don't care if he's dead or not. I really despise people who wreck public space. Hi. This tiger is really in need of a thrashing. I really want to beat him up. Whoever wants to beat up this perverted tiger will be a sworn brother or sister of mine. Brothers, whack him. Sisters, forward. Halt. Stop running away, perverted tiger. Look at this. A pervert wearing an animal costume showed up on the streets, leading pedestrians to pursue and beat him brutally. It looks like he's right around here, huh? The animal costume is quite cute. How's he a pervert? It's all just hype. You don't even know if it's real. Shit, I've never seen someone who's in such a need of a beating. Stop right there, you damn freak. Hit him. Strange. What did I run all the way here for? It's crazy. I actually skipped work for a baffling tiger? I'm screwed. Feel good? And I can practice the basics of the startling rainbow escape while I'm at it. I collected over 100 origin points so far. How many swarms chasing me does that make? Whatever, I don't remember. Let me call it a day. Unfortunately, a human's vigor is limited, and even with the influence of the despised by gods and demons alike trait, it's impossible for me to harvest origin points every second. Their vigor will wither away after messing around a few times, and they won't be able to recover it without recuperating properly. When I'm face to face with someone, I can squeeze at most 1 origin points out of an average person who's emotionally charged, before they become completely disheartened and at peace with themselves. This also makes it very difficult for me to keep milking the same herd all the time, so I'll probably have to change territory tomorrow. A half-month later. Recently, a mysterious tiger man has appeared in Jiang province, causing civil unrest, traffic jams, and various trampling accidents. The tiger man is agile, defies gravity, and can traverse rapidly between tall buildings. I was mistaken earlier. The internet in this world is far less developed than the one in the world of Tongling. The despised by gods and demons alike trait only takes effect when I'm in someone's presence, and it's quite difficult for most people to feel extreme emotions towards a stranger. So even if its practitioner is wacky, as long as they don't kill someone in the middle of the street, people will just laugh it off. But the harvest of origin points during this period of time was pretty good. In these past few days, besides leveling up the Finger of Flowery Swords to level 4, I've also upgraded the startling rainbow escape and the ultimate demonic bliss technique over the level cap. Having farmed so many origin points, should I try and see if I can upgrade it to level 5? Let me give it a try. There's still a month left until the quest deadline anyway, so there's still enough time for me to deduce the 8 difficulties demonic technique if I put more effort in. Its requirements also haven't been met, just like the Finger of Nirvana. How can that be? Could it be that I need to go back to the main world to upgrade them? Whatever, since I can't upgrade the Finger of Flowery Swords, I'll just deduce the 8 difficulties demonic technique. 3,000 origin points are required to deduce the skill. 8 difficulties demonic technique. Please confirm if you wish to deduce. Yes. Deduction successful. Skill designation. 8 difficulties demonic technique. Skill introduction. The so-called 8 difficulties represent the wickedest of evil in the world of humans, the bitterest of woes, and the greatest calamity for those who don't hear the teachings of the Buddha. Only by embracing the essence of the 8 difficulties in the soul, obtaining sight of absolute truth, destroying one's inherent nature, and transitioning from pure to corrupt, can one stand a feeble chance of survival. Holy shit, judging from the introduction, this technique is really brutal. There are 500 origin points left. Let me see how many levels I can upgrade it. What the hell? This skill is severely incompatible with the user. Practicing it by force will distort the user's inherent nature. Each time it's upgraded, the user will need to expend more origin points to shield himself from the negative effects. Shit, there's even a warning like this? Even if I need to spend points in vain, I have to upgrade this thing. Otherwise, I'll be killed by Lil Chimei if I return to the main world with the despised by gods and demons alike hanging over me. There were only enough to upgrade to level 1. The 300 left aren't enough? That sucks. Fortunately, the origin points weren't spent in vain. I can now switch the despised by gods and demons alike trait on and off at will, but I can't transfer it to others like Chen Huang can. This martial art is really sinister, as there's basically no need to practice it by sitting in meditation. As long as one can trigger the anger of others, one's own power will increase. However, I'm at a low level, so the increase is minimal. I still have a month left until the quest deadline. Should I be more daring in my next origin point harvest? For example, walk the dog without wearing a disguise? As long as Chen Huang sees the news and he isn't stupid, he should start to suspect the identity of the Tiger Man, right? After all, the despised by gods and demons alike trait is really obvious. Oh, I suppose I don't need to be secretive about it. I asked Cyane to greet Wan Xiaotian a few days ago, so the plan on his end won't be affected. Wan Xiongtian, what are you saying to me? The entire Xia family has run away? Lord Azura, perhaps I have toyed with the Xia family too roughly these days, and they completely fell apart, abandoning even the assets and businesses under their banner without warning. We don't know where they have gone into hiding. Wang Xiongtian, I think you've been tricked. Luohu, mobilize your forces and find out where the Xia family is, especially that Xia Yin. Lord Azura, according to our tip-off, Xia Yin is currently parading around downtown. Parading? Yes, and reportedly, the buzz surrounding his display is so tremendous, he basically doesn't seem to have any intention of hiding himself. Just what kind of deranged young master is he to parade through the streets like this? Doesn't he know he's blocking traffic this way? I don't know who the hell is up there, but just thinking about it pisses me off. But I can't move even a single step. My lord, if you want to sunbathe, couldn't you find a more relaxed spot? Why do you have to come to such a noisy place? You don't get it. Cyane, I enjoy this sort of feeling of people wanting to beat me up, but being unable to even touch me. Besides, I'm doing this because I'm waiting for someone. I intend to walk the dog when he comes. Qin Huang, we haven't seen each other for a long time. Xia Yin, not only did my gift to you not make you reflect upon yourself, you're actually enjoying it? Reflect upon myself? It's obvious that you're the one carrying around this intelligence drop and taunting aura, and baited people into bullying you of your own accord. So why are you making it sound like what you did is my fault? You're quite the slick talker, but I don't want to play around with you anymore. Therefore, Xia Yin, die for me. 8 difficulties, hell difficulty. A clash between titans. The float is about to explode, run. By being burnt by these cold flames of hell, you won't ascend to paradise, nor descend to hell, nor enter any of the 6 paths to reincarnation. This is the end you deserve for being such an obnoxious creature. Now that I've killed Xia Yin, should I continue looking for the remaining wretched members of the Xia family? Xia Yin? How did you? What? Only you are allowed to have a fortuitous encounter, but not others. Qin Huang, you little brat, I have a few words for you. Catch me if you can, asshole. Fine, since you like to hide everywhere like a rat, then I'll play along with you. A little over a month later. Have you heard? That mysterious tiger man who's a real pain in the ass has shown up in our city. I have known about that for a while, and according to the photos on the internet, he's quite good looking, see? Wow, this handsomeness. Why does he need to do this kind of marketing when he obviously can be popular on his own merit? Who knows? Hello everyone, I'm Scumbag Yin, and today, I'd like to introduce you to a really fun game you've never seen before. Without further ado, if you're a bro, come cut me down. It's him in the flesh, and he's even better looking in person than in the photos. But why did my heart ignite with unfathomable anger as soon as I saw him? It doesn't matter if it's for the 100,000 or not. I just want to beat him up. Step aside, move out of the way. If you're a bro, go ahead and clit him down. Why are you girls making a fuss? Why should only guys be able to do it? I want to cut him down too. A modern world is really great. Although I can't harvest origin points from video audiences, my reputation is increasingly spreading, and I'm getting more and more origin points every time I show my face. Thanks to this, the only thing I've done in my spare time is upgrade the 8 difficulties demonic technique, mastering the 5 difficulties of association with the unbeloved, hell, hungry spirits, animal, and the interval between one Buddha and the next. This demonic technique is inferior to the finger of flowery swords in terms of absolute lethality, but it's by far superior in terms of mysteriousness, and I don't think it's much worse than the mantra of the inner demons of the 6 desires. For example, in the case of the association with the unbeloved, as long as someone nearby is angry with me, my demonic energy will increase, and there's practically no limit to this increase. Unfortunately, the 8 difficulties demonic technique and the finger of flowery swords are in conflict with each other, and it is only through the power of this system that they're forced to coexist within me, making it currently impossible to fuse them. The quality of the demonic energy of the 8 difficulties isn't as good as the true energy of the finger of flowery swords, so there's no meaning to having more of it, which is why I still haven't broken through to the innate realm, and am simply stuck at the ninth layer of the acquired realm. As for Chen Huang, with the startling Rainbow Escape plus Mr. Wang's tip-offs, he could only follow my tail and eat my dust from beginning to end. At first, he made a big show of bringing his men to surround me, but came less and less when he realized it was basically useless. The truth is, I miss him a bit now. Mr. Wang, counting the days, the day after tomorrow is the last day of the 3-month deadline. Now that Mr. Wang's infiltration is basically finished, it's time to prepare for the final reckoning. Yes, alright, I understand, young Master Xie. So this day has finally arrived. What day did you say has arrived? God of War Azura. I'm sincerely and deeply sorry for not knowing in the least that the God of War would come to grace us with his presence. It's alright, I've intentionally come to see you alone, without informing anyone. Because I have some business with you. Who were you talking to on the phone just now? And why did I seem to hear the words, Young Master Xie? The God of War has been so occupied with his business that he may have misheard me in his exhaustion. I was trying to remind my men to wash their hands more often. Are you suggesting I'm mistaken? Luo Hu, go get his phone. Luo Hu, are you deaf? How can they be deaf? They're perfectly fine, ha ha. They're definitely not deaf. The reason why they remain completely indifferent is because they do not dare to act. Ultimate demonic bliss may help be your afterlife. Wang Xiongtian, you son of a bitch. This is how you treat me. If I didn't blow you up, surely you wouldn't willingly help me stall for time. I'm not that naive. Chen Huang, no matter how good your martial arts are, you won't be able to easily get out of this one, right? What? How is this possible? Wang Xiongtian, you can't possibly believe you can get rid of me with these measly tricks, can you? Of course, 1 or 2 people wouldn't work, but do you think only the God of War oracles have betrayed you? To tell you the truth, I already knew you were coming today. Today is your doomsday. Mr. Wang, you actually called us here today to go against the God of War? What? You didn't say we'd be setting ourselves against the God of War when you roped us in, right? Mr. Wang, have you gone mad? Shut up. Who are you more afraid of, Chen Huang or me? All of you advance. You bunch of insects actually want to oppose me? 8 difficulties, hell difficulty. Ultimate demonic bless, may hell be your asteroid. Not enough, these measly blasts won't kill him. Keep going, all of you, charge. My lord, you don't seem to have any intention of helping Mr. Wang and the others? Why should I help them? These people under Chen Huang are a bunch of worthless nobodies. So isn't it fine to let them fight each other? Anyway, I reckon Mr. Wang won't last long. I've practiced the 8 difficulties demonic technique, so I have a pretty clear picture of how eerie this martial art is. Moreover, Chen Huang's proficiency in the 8 difficulties demonic technique is even higher than mine. So when it comes to a real fight, this guy is probably even tougher than the 1,000-faced prince and far more than Mr. Wang can handle with human suicide bombs. I'd better start moving and get ready to welcome the arrival of the main character, the God of War. Oh, you're here, Chen Huang. I was worried that Mr. Wang had led your men to bury you, but it seems you're quite the tough one. You think you could hurt me with just them. You've severely underestimated me. Still, Xie Yin, you're finally willing to show your face today? Naturally, for better or worse, you're my parents' son-in-law, who had been living in our family's house. We've gotten along so well over the past 3 years that it would be too inappropriate for me not to let you see me. Xie Yin, oh Xie Yin, now that things have come to this point, do you still think that bringing up those old matters will arouse my anger? I've prepared some good things over here, and am looking forward to your reaction when you see them. Woof. Chen Huang, release us now. Chen Huang, we'll never let you get away with this even if we become ghosts, moo. You're going to die a horrible death, Chen Huang. How about it, Xie Yin? What do you think of my masterpiece? The animal difficulty of the 8 difficulties demonic technique transforms people from the genetic level into another species, turning them into livestock that can't voluntarily follow their own free will. The most terrifying thing is that the transformed people will still retain their self-consciousness, and can only watch helplessly as they become these inhuman and ghastly beings. Is this what Chen Huang used to deal with the suicide bombing of the ultimate demonic bliss technique? It did work though. Now that they've transformed into other species, I can't sense any signs of the ultimate demonic bliss technique on them. I can use that move too, but I wasn't ingenious enough to come up with the idea of using it on humans. I just think that you're a frickin' psycho. Finger of Flowery Swords. Hell difficulty. Although I know that Xie Yin also had a fortuitous encounter, how could he have mastered such a formidable martial art? Bend and turn as I please. This technique can even be turned back? Your fingering technique is very impressive. My flesh can't even be damaged by firearms. But you actually pierced it with one blow. Unfortunately, you don't know how superb my amazing martial art is. This little wound is of no hindrance to me. I put such a big hole in his chest, and he's acting like nothing happened. This ability isn't among the 5 difficulties I've mastered, so I wonder which of the remaining 3 difficulties it is. Wait until I slash you a few more times, then you can brag about it. No matter how many times you slash me, I'll remain unhindered. Moreover, it's impolite not to respond in kind. Xie Yin, have a taste of being devoured by tens of thousands of ghosts. 8 difficulties. Hungry Spirits difficulty. Divine Impact of Zen. The Hungry Spirits difficulty condenses demonic energy into one's palm, and then corrodes the enemy's body by injecting it into them. It's a move that deals continuous damage. The damage dealt by this move mainly originates from the corroding effect caused by the demonic energy, so Chen Huang wasn't affected by the reflection. However, he only avoided injuring himself, and is still unable to break through my defense. What a peculiar martial art, strong in attack yet strong in defense too. Then let me see how spiritual attacks go. This stance, Chen Huang's going to use the period between one Buddha and the next difficulty? But that move is pretty much useless against me? Chen Huang, you son of a bitch. We finally found you. Not only did you bring down the Xie family, but you've also messed up all the major families in Jiang province. You want to destroy the foundations of this province? When did this bunch arrive? And their behavior has been affected by the intelligence drop effect of Chen Huang's despised by gods and demons alike. What are you doing? It's dangerous here. Leave at once. Leave? I can't leave without getting closure from Chen Huang today. There is no Buddha during the period between one Buddha and the next. Whenever the world of mortals is without a Buddha, I am the Buddha. 8 difficulties paired between one Buddha and the next difficulty. It's quite flashy, and it can even compete with the true heavenly mantra of the primordial God, but sadly it's useless against me. When the Buddha does not dwell in the world, I dwell in the world. When the Buddha does not bring enlightenment to mortals, I bring enlightenment to mortals. There is no other way to reach enlightenment but by following the teachings of the Buddha. Just lay down the butcher's knife to become a Buddha. The karmic hindrance of your current lifetime is exceedingly profound. Only in our next life will we see the bliss of paradise? Gentlemen, then we shall see each other again in our next lives. Period between one Buddha and the next difficulty is a type of spiritual attack, where one uses Buddha's Elira to bless oneself and incarnate as a Buddha, making it quite the nefarious technique. The Buddha is a compassionate being, who delivers all living creatures from hardship, and here you are urging people to commit suicide? You're basically leading people astray with lies. You do not know how to repent. If you do not follow my guiding beacon of salvation, I shall show you the boundlessness of the teachings of the Buddha. Finger of Flowery Swords. Withering of the 100 Flowers. Chen Huang, are you so addicted to pretending to be Buddha that you don't know your own name anymore? Since you like to persuade people to kill themselves, then I'll send you to paradise too. Xie Yin, I didn't expect that this move wouldn't have any effect on you. But it's okay, we still have plenty of time, so I can play around with you at my leisure, until the moment you're at the end of your rope. The Buddha has departed this world once again. Venerable Buddha, please don't leave me behind. The demonic energy of the 8 difficulties can indeed be converted into flowery true energy. Although the conversion rate is a bit low, it saves me the trouble of having to cast the finger of nirvana to recover after each use of the withering of the 100 flowers. That punk, Chen Huang, was so delighted when he died that he must have some other tricks up his sleeve. Xia Yin, we meet again. 8 difficulties. Thriving of the 3 Scourges difficulty. 3 blazing Scourges Nirvana and rebirth. Did he resurrect himself by using someone else's body? Shit, I don't know that move either. I want it so bad. You came back to life, but didn't run away immediately and even dared to show off by jumping in front of me? Since you like to show off so much, I'll kill you once again. Finger of flowery swords, withering of the 100 flowers. It's useless. Xia Yin, I have already seen through the power of your bizarre fingering technique with the satisfaction with secular knowledge difficulty. It won't take effect on me anymore. Satisfaction with secular knowledge difficulty. This move is equivalent to the 12 labors, or the scam tier trait that allows saints to never get beaten twice by the same attack, combined with the resurrection by using someone else's body. The 3 difficulties of the 8 difficulties demonic technique that I haven't mastered practically turn one invincible. If it were anyone else, even if they were an innate realm expert of the main world, they wouldn't have been able to do anything against this Chen Huang within a short period of time. But what a shame that I'm the one who knows the most about the 8 difficulties demonic technique other than Chen Huang in this world. Xia Yin, if you obediently surrender now, and hand over the mysterious techniques you possess, I'll grant you a swift death. Otherwise, you'll be just like them, stuck between life and death. It's too early to tell the outcome of this battle, isn't it? The demonic energy of the 8 difficulties is the source of all its magical power. Without it, any ability would be rendered useless, no matter how powerful it is. Moreover, the demonic energy originates from the wrath others have against its practitioner. That's why Chen Huang used the animal difficulty to bring these people here. Finger of flowery swords, withering of the 100 flowers. A waste of effort. You can no longer pose a threat to me with this move. Xia Yin seems to have noticed that these people can be used to restore my demonic energy. However, Xia Yin, the most powerful thing about 8 difficulties demonic technique is its ability to absorb the wrath generated by one's combat opponent to restore one's demonic energy. In other words, as long as you are alive, I'll have an endless supply of demonic energy, and you can never outlast me. He, the demonic energy produced by your heart feels particularly. Humph? There's no demonic energy? Xia Yin isn't infuriated with me? How is that possible? Even if his mind is as still as water, he can't ignore the effects of the despised by gods and demons alike. Your body has just been resurrected, so you don't have any demonic energy left, and I have destroyed all the sources around you that could supply you with it. Chen Huang, how much longer can you play around with me now? Damn it. I must go somewhere where there are people. As long as there are people around, I'll have an endless supply of demonic energy, and won't have to fear the Xia Yin. Don't run away, fellow classmate Chen Huang. Weren't you so cocky before? I'm still not as efficient as Chen Huang in converting other people's wrath into demonic energy. After casting Withering of the 100 Flowers several times in succession, I have depleted my demonic energy of the 8 difficulties. Now I have to rely on the Finger of Nirvana to save the day. No! My demonic energy. I've exhausted my demonic energy. Xia Yin, why don't you have any kind of emotions towards me? How can you ignore the effects of despised by gods and demons alike? How is it possible? I think you're just a contemptible clown. So what emotions could I possibly have for you? As for the despised by gods and demons alike, I'm sorry to say, but I also know the 8 difficulties demonic technique. And I have mastered 5 of them. So the despised by gods and demons alike is useless against me. By the way, just for the record, I didn't need to obliterate my entire family when I practiced it. Rest in peace, fellow classmate Chen Huang. I've already killed Chen Huang. So how come the system hasn't prompted the completion of the quest yet? Could it be that that guy is still alive? I've probably figured out why the system hasn't done so yet. Xia Yin? What is? I've taken care of Chen Huang. So you're safe now. The god of war is dead. Originally, the forces all over the Jiang province observed some manner of public order because they were led by him. But now that he's dead, how will this province not fall into chaos? Don't worry, not only is Chen Huang dead, but all the families and underground forces he colluded with have also been destroyed. The ones who are left now are those who are unlikely to accomplish anything. They can be dealt with by Do you want to learn about cracking down on crime and evildoers? If this is really true, then the remaining thugs in the Jiang province are indeed nothing to worry about. But are you really Xie Yan? Now that things have come this far, it seems that there's much of a reason to hide it anymore. Yes, I'm not from this world. I may not be human to be exact. The Xie family has always seen with their own eyes the intricate and well-established influence of the underground forces in the Jiang province, criminals working hand in glove with the government for nefarious ends, and bureaucrats covering for one another in these wrongdoings. Therefore, the Xie family launched a major initiative with the intention of eliminating all the various influential families and underground forces associated with one another, and to return peace to the Jiang province. However, Qin Huang was in possession of a formidable demonic technique, and the Xie family's plan couldn't proceed unless he was disposed of. So they initiated a secret technique to enable me to descend into Xie Yan's body and accomplish their great undertaking. But as a price for summoning me, they will no longer remember this incident, and even Xie Yan himself may have lost his consciousness and fallen asleep for eternity. Now that my task has been completed, I will not remain in this world for long. The Xie family should be treated well by you for their meritorious service. We shall never meet again. Although I don't know how to address this deity, you are the savior of our province. A real living Buddha. With Qin Huang's later demise, and the promise of the governor of the Jiang province, the Xie family is bound to rise again. The user has completed the quest. The reward is 2,000 origin points. In 10 seconds, the user will be returned to the main world. Please make preparations. As expected, killing Qin Huang wasn't enough. The Xie family needed to be restored to glory, and this couldn't have been done without the help of the governor of Jiang province. Luckily, that guy didn't have a gun in his hand just now, so he couldn't kill himself that easily. I raked in an unprecedented harvest this time in the world of Zhanshan, and I more or less got an adequate amount of origin points. After I returned to the main world, should I upgrade my Finger of Flowery Swords or the 8 difficulties demonic techniques to level 5 first? It's such a difficult choice.